He created the heavens, he created the earth, he created the firmament, he created everything. When he wanted to respond to the man, he never responded to the man through the creature. He responded to the man by his spirit. So the source of the attraction of the man was not because God gave him everything, was because God gave the man himself. So you see from the scriptures, the Bible was very clear that if I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, without love, it is nothing. If I give myself to be burnt, without love, it is nothing. So, the attraction of the man, the relationship between the man and God, was far beyond the things he created for the man. There is a longing in the man that is far beyond what you have to give to him. Because everything you have to give to the man is bound to finish. It is limited. That is why every man needs money. Even the richest man is still looking for money. Because money cannot satisfy the longing soul of the man. What Jesus did for us was not only that he gave himself his life, but it is beyond that. That was why Jesus said, I will go away and I will send the Spirit. He will take what is of me and give it to you. Beyond the body that Jesus gave, beyond the blood that Jesus shed, beyond the salvation of the man, there is that which the man can respond to. It is the love of God. Now, I can boldly tell you something here. I have seen parents who could die for their children. How many of you know that? Huh? Parents. I don't see any reason why a woman will give her body to tears so that they can remove a child. The child will live. Me, carry my body, go hospital. Say because one child there inside. No, I don't think I would. Except you give me ogogoro drink. If you give me ogogoro and I'm staggering, you can take my 2 legs to the hospital. Now, not only that the woman has the power to nurture the baby in her womb, she could also carry the baby through. Mommy's pikin just mess in my hand. Her daughter just poo-poo the way I turn. But you could see the love of a mother around the baby. So beyond the sacrifices that the woman takes, beyond it is her heart and love for what she's carrying. So it wasn't just enough for Jesus to come and die. There are people who have died for their country, died for their nations. Even this you that I am seeing, there are some certain steps you have taken because of your family. It is a crazy step. Are you hearing me? Common family planning. The man will tell the woman, take. Give him to take the family, but he say no. Say, my body is the temple of the Holy Ghost. It's your body that is not the temple of the Holy Ghost. Beyond every sacrifice, love is the background. So we do not just see Jesus just going to the cross. Beyond his going to the cross was a man who has established his spirit in men. Now, before he even died, he was physically, asking his disciples to come around, and they shared in the Lord's Supper. He said, this is my blood that was shed for you. He said, this is my body that was broken for you. He said, I am going to the cross. Beyond every sacrifice that he did, love was the major understanding. If not, men have died for men, and men refuse to respond to them. Men have done sacrifice for men, and men paid them back with evil. Men have labored for men, but at the end of the day, people have abused men. But whatever labor that is established in love, it is the spirit that responds to it. So, don't just see Jesus as only a miracle child. Let me tell you, there are so many children that are born miraculously. I know of one. I read a book of one. They just gave birth to him today, and he started walking today. They gave birth to him. I know of children that they gave birth with him to them with 32 teeth. 32. There are some children they gave birth to them after 4 years in their mother's womb. The mother carried them for 4 months, for 4 years. I heard of one in this very hospital here. When they gave birth to him, I saw the video. When they gave birth to him, the mother ran away and left him on the bed because he was born old. Some of you saw the video. Every process that Jesus went through has happened to men. What makes it different is because his love for us. So when the Bible is saying, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, it was a serious matter. I want to speak to you in this service. You might have done a lot of sacrifice for your family without the family responding proportionately. You have served men and they pay you for evil. You might even have done more. Jesus suffered on the cross. We understand that his blood was a stick. Do you realize that the disciple died? Let me ask you. Some of them died on ice. Some of them, they carried oil and put them inside. The oil was boiling. Some of them, they plucked their eyes out. They cut their lips, their tongue. They died a harsh death. But what makes the death of Jesus different was because it was love that commanded him to do that. So beyond the sacrifice, you see a man who is love himself personified. You saw God himself in human form. Don't take it for granted what Jesus did for you. for granted. Nothing can be compared with the sacrifice that he did on the cross. Nothing can be compared. Some say he even died between two thieves. There is nothing strange about it. Some people not only died between two thieves, they died before 20 thieves. Listen, have you not heard when the Bible said that the mother of James and John came to Jesus? Is it James and John now? And she stood outside and then was asking Jesus to come. When Jesus came, asking her what did she want, she said that my two sons, one will what? Stay at your right, the other one will stay at your left. Jesus laughed and said, are you able to be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized? You must say, the kind of baptism they give you, I will feed one. Jesus said, can you take from the cup that I took? You must say, of course, I will take the cup that you took. Jesus looked at the woman and said, you may do these things, but it is not for me to determine who sits at my left and at my right. So it simply tells you that there are men who will have done better sacrifices than what Jesus did physically. But we are looking beyond the sacrifice, what existed. It was love. It was love that existed. So we were not just a Christian because Jesus died. We were Christian because love was the reason he died. He truly loved us. And then on that love he planted his life. He planted his life in that love so that he can win us all up unto him. So this is our confidence. This is our boldness. This is our strength. This is our hope. This is why we say Christ in us, the hope of glory. So Jesus was not just an ordinary man. He wasn't just an ordinary man. I know the sacrifice his parents pays. All of you know the sacrifice that parents could pay for their children. But yet the child will grow up to still pay the parents back with evil. Have you not seen that? Eh? After a child has grown, now he begin to develop wings. The mother will say, sit down here. He say, for where? I've seen children beating up their parents for giving birth to you. Say, Mommy, why did you give birth to me? Pie! Not in this church. Oh. If you try that in this church, I will pray you to die that day. Parents are untouchable. They should be respected with every sense of humor. No money you will get in the future that can pay them. I mean, even if you are the richest man in the world, it cannot be able to pay for the time that they spent for you. Mommy, when I grow, I'm going to help you. We don't need your help. Help yourself. Just be obedient child. You see a child saying, if I grow, I had a child saying, Mommy, if I grow tomorrow, I will not help you. This thing you are doing to me. You will not help who? I will push you outside. So that we will see where the help will come from. Every child in heavenly wisdom must grow up with a serious respect for his parents. Don't take strong drink. Don't smoke. Don't be wayward. These are the things that turns people's head to misbehave. It turns people's head to misbehave. Now, this is not what I'm saying. All I am just trying to say is this: beyond the sacrifices of Jesus is his love.